Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today I just want to go through a fairly standard Kayn build. Kayn's builds have really varied a lot, I guess, because a lot of people are going Eclipse now, and I don't really think Eclipse is that good an item. I think if you're going a Red Kayn sort of build, you really want to be prioritizing number one, ability haste, and then number two, you really want to be prioritizing the amount of HP you have. So you pretty much want to be going all HP items, and I think not going 8 HP items, taking into account Kayn's passive, is fairly inefficient, right? Generally on Red Kayn, this is a Red Kayn build by the way, what you want to be optimizing in terms of your abilities is your W. Even though you're going to be maxing your Q, you want your build to be synergized very heavily around your W, just because of how low CD you can get it and how much of a team fight disruptor it is. It is a multi-man, fairly long range knock up, which heals you and gives you a very good in, because as they're knocked up you can Q, it's just normal CC, you know, they're knocked up for so long that you're able to Q in there. Obviously your team can do whatever they need to do, so there's a lot of benefits to your W. And I think it's the best ability in Kayn's red form kit, generally speaking. So here, first of all, I'll go through the build, then I'll go into the specifics of the build. So you want to go Force of Nature into Black Cleaver, into Sundered Sky, or some other options which I'll show you a bit later, into Spirit Visage, into Unending Despair, and then somewhere in between this you want to be getting some CDR boots. You can choose whenever you want to get them. But let's go back to the beginning here and let's look into, it's going to take a very long time because PowerPoint, let's look into why Spirit Shojin is so good. Spirit Shojin is an extremely common item on Kayn for obvious reasons. The really good thing about Spirit Shojin, number one, is the amount of HP it gives. The HP is very good. And then number two, it is your CDR from the innate of the item, that being the 20 ability haste, and then the unique Dragon Force ability. The focused will unique doesn't really matter too much. I feel like it takes too long to stack up. I feel like it's not very beneficial or conducive to Kayn's playstyle. Obviously when you are Red Kayn, you're in there for quite a while, but I feel like that passive of the item has been, I feel like that passive of the item has just been nerfed too much, and I feel like it only really works on very niche champions who are able to just spam the different abilities, right? And that's not really Kayn. He's able to use different abilities at a very low cooldown, but he's not spamming abilities. So there's Spirit of Shojin. Now let's look into the next item here. Let's look into Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver, I don't really have too much to say. It's a very standard item on Kayn. All you're really going it for is because it gives HP, it gives CDR, it gives attack damage. It gives everything you want, really. The armor pen is nice. It was increased the last patch, so you know that's beneficial, but really the base stats of the item are what's really good on Red Kayn. Now then, let's look at the variations of Sundered Sky. So obviously you can go Sundered Sky, as I said previously. You can also go Profane or Ravenous Hydra. Any one of these are fine. If there's more squishies, you might want to go Profane. If there are more duelists, you might want to go Ravenous. If there are more tanks, you might want to go Sundered. But you can mix this up as you feel. If you're not able to auto attack very much for some reason, you might want to avoid Sundered and go more for a Ravenous. If you are forced to auto attack for some reason, I don't know why that would be the case, but if you are, you might want to prefer Sundered. It's really personal preference, whichever one you like more. There are benefits more to Sundered generally because of the amount of HP it gives you. The other two obviously don't give you any HP. So I would say generally Sundered is on average your best item. The healing also synergizes very well with your kit and the and stuff which I'm about to bring up next in the build. So there we are. So that was a very weird transition, by the way. Next, let's look into Spirit Visage and Unending Despair. So these two synergize very well together and very well with Red Kayn for obvious reasons. Spirit Visage increases the amount of healing you get by 25%, and Unending Despair gives you a heal depending on how much HP you have. Kayn heals more depending on the amount of HP he has, and Unending Despair also heals more depending on the amount of HP you have. So these two in tandem obviously work very well. It's pretty much another Kayn passive on top of your Red Kayn passive, and the fact that you're going Spirit Visage, giving you HP, a lot of HP to be fair, and the heal increase, it will just synergize very nicely. Both of these items also give ability haste, which every item in this build gives ability haste, but these two give only 10, but ability haste is ability haste, and building them together means you are getting an equal amount of MR and armor. If we are considering that the enemy team is balanced in the amount of AD and AP damage that they are dealing you, then this is going to be very beneficial for you to have, right? So there you go. Also, if you are R'ing on Kayn, the Unending Despair will still proc, so even if you are mid-R inside of someone and they are around your team, if you're able to time it correctly, Unending Despair will proc. Not to mention it was recently buffed because of the removal of Ingenious Hunter, but the removal of Ingenious Hunter does not affect us too much in this build, so all in all it's just like an all-around buff. So yeah. Next of all we have the rune, just go Conqueror. You can go whatever secondary runes you want. I would suggest going the one which gives you ability haste dependent on cooldowns. I feel like that one's really good, so you can get that one there. For your secondary tree, go whatever you want. It's completely up to you, it's complete personal preference, but yeah, that is the Kayn build. I will be doing a blue Kayn build once I figure out how in the world to play that champion. Literally, I'm gonna tell you a quick story, right? I was playing blue Kayn, 35 kills under my belt, right? I died like 3 times, but I felt like the kills meant nothing. Like I can't split push because I'm Kayn. I can't really get objectives by myself because I'm blue Kayn. I kind of can, but you know, it takes a long time. You don't have a lot of HP. You're squishy. You could just get one shot by somebody. So as an assassin, you really don't want to be in the same place for a very long period of time, right? So I felt kind of like I can get kills, but how do I transfer these kills into anything, you know? So once I figure that out, I'll make a blue Kayn guide. But for the moment, we'll just do Red Kayn. I'm okay at Red Kayn, not amazing, but I understand how the champion plays at my elo level. Obviously at high elos it'll play differently. If any high elo players want to critique my build or talk to me about how they think I should change up my builds, like en masse or one specific build, I'll be more than happy to talk about that. Maybe you can educate me, because obviously I'm not a very high elo player. I mainly just play casually. The thing which I find fun about League is actually the building aspect, so that's what I specialize in, I guess you might say. But yeah, tangent over, and I hope you lot enjoyed this video.